now is the time to choose. I came across some articles about a Native American concept called Watico. And Watico, they say, is a mind blindness that takes over the minds of people and holds them, what I would call, in five sense reality only. It's a mind blindness that convinces the conscious mind that it is not blind. Now, I'm seeing that everywhere because so much that has been going on in the subconscious before this has been brought to the surface by all this. That's why you're starting to see things and see responses and behavior that actually it's already always been there. It's just been brought to the surface now where you can see it. And I see this in people who are blind in their mind to what's actually happening, but have totally convinced themselves not only are they not blind to what's happening, but they know what is happening. This is classic Watico, possession, if you like. So I hear people speaking with confidence and with assurance about what's happening. And what's coming out of their mind is simply a repetition of the official version of what's happening. But they think they've worked it out because their mind is blind, but they think it's not. And the other interesting thing about this Watico, which fits with my stuff too, is they say that this Watico mind possession, if you like, operates in the subconscious. It has to. It has to hide itself from the conscious mind, because once the conscious mind is aware of it, the influence is gone. Because the manipulation has been brought out of the subconscious and the unseen into the seen, and now you can deal with it. Once you acknowledge that it exists, and once you acknowledge its influence and impact on your perceptions, it's gone. Its influence is finished. And if we can free ourselves of that, game over, because that is what is controlling people via their perceptions. It can be changed in a dramatically short time, just by changing our approach from acquiescing to not acquiescing. It's as simple as that. And if we did that, if we put down the fault lines there to divide us of race and sexuality, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what religion you follow, I'm not bothered. It's just a brief experience for the consciousness not only that you are, but the consciousness that we all are. So let's put it down. I don't care what race you are, I don't care what you call yourself. Just don't impose it on anyone else that doesn't want to impose upon them. And let's realize that we're all the target of the same force, and that there are billions of us and a handful of it, and thus I think I see a way out of this. And if we come together in unity and we cooperate in protecting our own freedom and the freedom of each other, it's over. It's over. They can't impose what they want if we do that. It's not a case of is the answer not there? It's whether we're prepared to take it. And that's the choice, my God, we've got to make, and we've got to make it quick. One of the great targets is the heart. I'm talking about the heart vortex within the human energy field, the heart chakra, or wheel of light, as they call it in the East. And, you know, we think of love in a certain way, being attracted to somebody or loving your kids. But actually, love in its true sense does not say, I want the best for my kids, although we do, of course we do. It says, I want the best for everybody. It's not just love in the sense that people perceive it. It opens you to infinity. It's our connection to all that is, has been, and ever can be. One definition I would give for this kind of love is the absence of fear. I would call evil the absence of love. You infuse love into evil, evil's not evil anymore. But it's also the absence of fear. Because once you open to this insight, this self-identity, you know there's nothing to fear. Because whatever happens, whatever experiences we're having, we are always an expression, a point of attention within all that is, has been, and ever can be. And however bad the experience we're currently having, that is what we always are. All that is, has been, and ever can be. And so this does not fear. This will always do what it knows to be right, and therefore does not consider consequences for doing what it knows to be right, because it would never consider doing anything but what it knows to be right. Thus, consequences are irrelevant. I do what I know to be right. Consequences, therefore, are not even a conversation. And one of the great fears that people have is the fear of the unknown, which manifests as the fear of death. And because you reach this point of connection and this point of insight, you know, and I'm not sitting cross-legged on a mountain like the bloody Buddha. Anyone can do this. It's our natural state. When you open your heart, you know that death is nothing except a transfer of attention. That's all it is. It's moving out of this brief experience into the expansive true self. So when you open this, all this comes to you. You know all this. And therefore, this would never be intimidated by authority seeking to impose itself upon you, when you know it's not justified and it's about destroying your freedom. This is freedom. It's the freedom of knowing the scale of who we really are. It's the freedom of connecting with all that is. When there's a revolution of this, acquiescence will stop. This would never acquiesce to impositions on freedom. Never do it. Always does what it knows to be right. This is the revolution. This will change everything. And anyone can do it. When that penny drops and this, as a result, opens, game over. Game over.